Hello, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Evolving Consciousness. Before I start the contents of this video, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for your time on this video. You clicked on this video because you truly believe that you are on this road to personal mastery and you want to better yourself, you want to evolve yourself into a better version. So I fully acknowledge and respect that, and I am truly grateful for you. We have been discussing a phenomenal philosophy. We have been talking about leading without a title, inspired from the leadership coach Robin Sharma, the phenomenal book Leading Without a Title, The Leader Who Had No Title. If you haven't purchased that book as of today, I highly recommend you to purchase it in case you're looking for that particular book which will ramp up your game in every dimension of your life. And today's video is sort of an amalgamation of all the topics which we have been discussing since the different sections of Lead Without a Title philosophy. The fourth and the final central theme of the Lead Without a Title philosophy says, to become a great leader, first become a great person. Now, if you think about it, if you want to lead people, if you want to influence people, you first need to lead your own self. You first need to lead your own consciousness towards greatness. If you want to influence, if you want to elevate people around you, if you want to give them a vision, if you want to give them a direction, the first step, leadership begins at home, and that home is your own mind, your own consciousness. If you are not able to lead your own self, you won't be a profound leader. You won't be a leader of deep impact. So this fourth central conversation of Leading Without a Title philosophy focuses on self-leadership. Now come to think about it, right? I want to start with a quote from Mark Twain. He says that if everyone was satisfied with themselves, there would be no heroes. If everyone was satisfied with themselves, there would be no heroes. Now, let us not confuse being content with being satisfied. Being grateful for what you already have is a great emotion to nurture. But what I am talking about is when people are so complacent, they think they have done something great in life without actually doing something great in life. They are the people who are consumed in self-betrayal. Because they are not fully expressing their power, their potential. They think they have done something phenomenal, but to be honest, if they are true to their own self, if they contemplate, if they self-introspect, they will recognize that they haven't truly valued their own skills, their own talents. They haven't brought to full expression their own talents. And let's remember, potential unexpressed turns into pain. And if you are not working on your hidden talents, if you are not polishing your gifts which the Almighty has gifted you by default, if you are not amping up that to the next level such that it is of service to people around you and elevating the people around you as well as your own personal mastery, then my friend, you are betraying your own self. You're cheating your own self because you are you're in such a comfortable zone that you think you have achieved a lot in life and you just don't want to progress in the ladder of personal mastery. So let's avoid the trap of self-betrayal. And if we really want to achieve what is being called as self-mastery, we really need to be mindful of how we lead our own selves. So this central conversation, this fourth conversation is all about that. To be a great leader, you need to become a great person. Now, how do we become a great person? Not as per the standards of society, right? Not as per their eyes. So, as we have been discussing in this video, we will be talking about a certain acronym, wherein each word of that acronym will instill within you a certain message, a certain teaching, which you can brain tattoo in your own consciousness so that it helps you integrate this philosophy in your day-to-day lives. Now, the acronym for today is SHINE. Yes, you heard it right. Leaders do shine. And shine, every letter of this acronym is going to have a profound meaning. Coming to the first letter of S. S means see clearly. Seeing clearly is such a rare quality in today's days and times, because as they say, right, we can only see things which we are deep within. We don't see things as they are, but we see things as we are. So if you are someone who sees negativity all around, if you are someone who is quite critical, who tries to see the negative in the positive, that means you are dirty from within. I'm reminded of a beautiful story of in one of the video lectures of a renowned spiritual guru. He said something beautiful. They once lived a husband and a wife, and it so happened that they had visited a temple. And in the temple, instead of being completely overwhelmed by the magnificence of the deity, of the manifestation of the divinity in the temple, the wife was looking at how dirty the temple was. Now that's why they say where attention goes, where focus goes, that's the only things which we see. Now the husband in that story was fully captivated by the divine element in that temple. So both divinity and dirt, both were existing in that particular dimension, but where an individual focus lies, that is what he is going to see. But when we talk about see clearly, what does this mean? Oftentimes we are so sabotaged by our own beliefs, our own fears, our own doubts, our own insecurities, that we are not able to see reality as it is. We have a fractured version of reality. I'm going to make a full-blown video on fractured reality. I had actually curated an article on fractured reality, I think a couple of years back. I will make a full-blown video on that concept, and we'll do a practical demonstration, an exercise which will help you appreciate the practical essence of what I'm saying. We'll do an exercise in that particular video, but the topic, let's get back to the focus of this video. So in this video, we are talking about this aspect of seeing clearly. We have a stained glass window always, which is sort of obstructing our clear vision, because we are seeing everything through the prejudices, through the past conditioning, which has become a part of our consciousness. We don't see things as they are, but we see things as we are. And the funny thing is that the more we try to distort reality as per our identity, right, the more we are farther from the truth. And this leads to a situation where we are completely directionless. And leaders who are directionless, they don't deserve to be called leaders, because leaders are someone who have deep level of clarity, who have deep sense of vision, not someone who is not clear on things, right? And something very profound and powerful to consider, which is being mentioned in this book as well, that seeing clearly also requires us to work on our own mental and emotional well-being, right? Because oftentimes, due to the issues in life, due to the tragedies, due to the catastrophes in life, a lot of prejudices, a lot of resentments are clogging our consciousness. Now these resentments are clogging our consciousness in such a way that we are not able to see reality as it is. And let's remember that the more you are holding on to those resentments, the more you are doing a disservice to your own self. Right? And the more you are clear on things, the more you can see things clearly. That is a significant sign that you are able to progress in life, and you are able to progress in this road of personal mastery. So seeing clearly is indispensable, and to see clearly we need to first purify our intellect. We need to completely disregard the conditioning of our belief systems, of our upbringing, of the way we were conditioned throughout childhood. And also we have been framed in this appeasement of society, the public validation. We always need to consciously try to uncondition our own thinking, our own thought process, so that we can see clearly. And tragedies are a beautiful example of enlightenment. Because you will come to a situation in life where you might encounter a situation in life where the person who used to claim that he loves you more than anything in this world and he's your world and all those kind of cheesy words and cheesy lines, the same person, when he sees you in a situation of turmoil, doesn't give a damn. He is busy enjoying his own life. And suddenly you realize that you've been such a big fool. But one thing which you need to be really grateful for that person is he made you understand how fragile your thought process was. He matured you in a particular way. So instead of harboring resentment or instead of harboring animosity, we really need to feel grateful for that person. Because that person showed you that person isn't of any value in your own life. So essentially it is super important that seeing clearly is an extremely indispensable requirement. If you are not able to see clearly in life, you won't be able to progress in this journey of leadership. It is so beautifully said that when you are constantly working on yourself, if you are doing the inner work to make your character richer, your intentions purer, and your acts bigger, you are in this process of self-leadership. You are constantly clearing your vision, you're clarifying your goals, because clarity precedes mastery. The more clear you are about your intentions, about your life goals, about your visions, your actions will be guided in that direction. Otherwise, your life is going to be so misguided that every situation is going to completely dismantle your focus, because your vision hasn't been extremely clear. And the moment your vision is extremely clear, things won't be able to alter your focus. Hence, it's important to let go of the emotional garbage, to let go of this sense of emotional negativity and all the things which don't no longer serve you, and to work on yourself to such a level that you see things as they are and not as you are. Coming to the second dimension of this particular acronym, SHINE, H is health is wealth. Now it is so important that, and it is so amusing at the same time, that most of us are chasing our complete attention, our days are involved in chasing wealth. We are always looking for chasing objects, right? With the kind of a feeling that these things will give us happiness. Our first half of our life is consumed in chasing these material possessions, and the second half of the life is consumed in using the wealth which we acquired to get back the health which we lost in acquiring those material possessions. It is so funny and amusing at the same time. The health which we were sort of not giving importance to, the very wealth which we gained through sacrificing that health, now we are paying the same wealth to get back the same health. Isn't it a foolish endeavor to engage in? There's a beautiful quote which says, "Only a sick man can see the majestic crown of health over the head of a healthy person." And it is so true that when we lose things, right, only then we understand its true value and importance. Same as with the case of health. So I think it is extremely important for each one of us to commit to world-class health. What are the things which can ramp up your health? What are the things which you need to install in your daily routine, daily regime? Exercise is a phenomenal way. Exercise is something which is, we normally think exercise is only confined to give us physical benefits, but no, exercise has profound psychological impact as well. They say people who are in this state of melancholy or depression, if they exercise regularly, their state of mind improves. Because there's a phenomenal neurological science to it. There is a subset of neurochemicals which is called the dose chemicals, where dose chemicals stands for D for dopamine, O for oxytocin, S for serotonin, and E for endorphin. So when these chemicals are released in the brain, they are the feel-good chemicals, they are the feel-good hormones. So that's the reason when you engage yourself in intense exercise, you start to feel good, you start to feel amazing. Your energy, your vitality increases to the next level. And people who are deeply energetic are the people who can influence, are the people who can create impact in life. So health is a super important thing which most of us in their young ages tend to ignore. But let's remember, if you are ignoring your health, health will not let you ignore it when the day comes, right? So it's better that we start giving consciously attention to health, because let's remember, it really feels good, right? If you are completely energetic, if you are going out there, you are getting up every day to smash your goals, to work, to feel this feeling of health and vitality is such a great feeling to, even cherish and nurture. So why not have this goal of having peak health? Why not think about the food habits? Why not think about our routines and try to recalibrate this particular aspect of our life so that our health goals are met? Because let's remember, when you are investing in your health, you are engaging in an act of self-love. So that is point number 2 of the SHINE acronym. Health is wealth. Now coming to the third letter in this acronym, I. Inspiration matters. Now, I personally have encountered people who feel that this inspiration, motivation is not necessarily needed. It's like saying that, why do I need to bath every day? It's as simple as that. Zig Ziglar put it beautifully when he said, saying that I don't want to engage in inspirational content is like saying that, why do I have to bath, right? Because let's remember, we are not living in Satyug, wherein the world is so divine, beautiful people all around us, there no trace of negativity, everyone are, all elevated souls are all around us, right? We are not living in such a time frame. We are living in a dimension of time wherein everybody is consumed with negativity. They cherish, they enjoy negativity, they enjoy pulling the other person down. This is the era which we are living in. And in such an era, if you are not exposing yourself to elevated content, if you are not exposing yourself to inspirational content, but you are constantly consuming yourself in mindless entertainment, the mindless drama which is being sold in the entertainment industry. Sure, a few of the times you can engage yourself in that, but if you are recklessly going like a headless person, you are only engaging in that without engaging in content which fuels your soul, you are leading yourself, your mental diet is going to be extremely horrible. And you can also notice this, right? Do an experiment so that you can for yourself understand what I'm trying to say, so that you can understand the weight of what I'm trying to say. Let's say that you watch a crime show or a series which is extreme, web series which is extremely violent, and you do it on a regular basis, right? What happens after a few days, you will begin to realize that every aspect of your life is influenced due to that content. You view situations negatively. There's that element of negativity always roaming around in your mind, which has unconsciously entered into your mind, even without you knowing it. For you, that is a temporary entertainment. But that temporary entertainment has altered you some way neurologically without even you knowing that. When first we encounter such information, right, there will immediately be some amount of resistance that this is normal, right? But this is not normal. The more you allow yourself to be exposed to negative content, the more you will be influenced easily by negativity. The more negative qualities you will be developing within yourself. So it's extremely important in this day and age where negativity is freely distributed, to be completely conscious of your own consciousness, of the own upliftment of your own thoughts. Because some people have this idea that positive thinking, they laugh at the idea of positive thinking. If you look at the world's champions, if you look at the most successful leaders, They know the importance of positive thinking. They know the importance of cultivating the right thoughts, because remember, thoughts become beliefs, beliefs become character, and character molds your destiny. That is how important the quality of your thoughts are. Mahatma Gandhi put it so beautifully when he said that I will not allow anyone to walk with the dirty feet in my mind. I will not allow anyone with their dirty feet to walk in my mind. That was the firm conviction and assertiveness of that person, who also told, let's move the world in a gentle way. That is a hallmark of a leader. He is very mindful of the kind of things he watches and the kind of wisdom and content he exposes himself to. Because as we know, right, that we have a physical diet, and that diet has an influence on our body. At the same time, mental diet is also of prime importance. Most of us don't know the importance of mental diet, but we will understand the importance of mental diet only when we try to experiment with ourselves. Try to engage yourself in this uplifting content and see the quality of your mind change over the next 1 week. External things won't matter anymore to you. Things might happen as you wish, things might not happen as you wish. But the quality of your consciousness, if it's top notch, then you're building a strength of character. Then you're building that capacity, that frame of mind, which is not easily subdued with negative influences. So I highly recommend you to engage in some inspirational content, because it is food to the mind, right? Food to the soul, if I would say. Hence, it is essential that inspiration is an extremely important tool in this journey of personal mastery. Coming to the letter N in the SHINE acronym, it says neglect not your family. Now, at times what happens is, when we are constantly endeavoring towards our material goals, it might so happen that we might be in a position where we completely neglect our family. But we need to understand one thing: the street sweeper gets buried next to the CEO. Having material possessions is a great thing, but let's possess the material possessions. Let's not allow the possessions to possess us. Right? Let's not become a slave to our material possessions. Let's not become a slave to the feelings those things give us. Because essentially, if you contemplate deeply, you will realize one thing very, very enlightening, right? That you are actually chasing those material possessions not for those possessions, but for the feelings which they generate from those possessions, from those after acquiring those possessions, like the feeling of security, the feeling of gratitude, contentment after you acquire those possessions. Now, this is nowhere saying that we shouldn't endeavor towards them. What is essentially being talked about in this point is that in the process of endeavoring towards our lofty ambitions, we need not neglect our family, because the family is always someone who has been a backbone of our entire emotional support system, right? So it's very essential that we not neglect our family in this process of becoming the best version. Coming to the E of the acronym SHINE, it says elevate your lifestyle. Now, one thing which I am reminded of, it's a quote by Bill Gates. He says that if you are born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it's certainly your fault. Right? So it is very important that when we elevate our lifestyle, when we are constantly pushing ourselves to reach our goals, obviously the lifestyle improves. Obviously you get access to things which you can enjoy in your life. And elevating lifestyle is not only on the material dimension, right? You need to elevate your lifestyle also on a spiritual level. What are the things you need to engage yourself in? Because let's remember, if we truly need holistic fulfillment, there can be nothing but spirituality which can cater that demand. Now, what does that mean, right? What does having a spiritual dimension mean? How many lives have you been impacted positively? How many lives have you been able to influence positively? Because when you serve with this sense of unconditional service, wherein for you the titles don't matter, wherein for you the appreciation of what you're Providing to the other person doesn't matter, but you do the thing only for the sake of fulfilling, only for the sake of feeling the joy, that feeling of making the other person a better person by your service. That fulfillment is what I'm talking about here. So it is very essential that we elevate our lifestyle in all dimensions. And we acknowledge that, right? So the whole crux of this the fourth leadership conversation was to work on yourself, to develop yourself to such a degree that you become failure proof. That nothing from the outside can impact you, nothing from the outside can impact you negatively. You have worked on your emotional level, you have worked on different aspects, you work on your body, mind and soul, and to calibrate your own consciousness to such a degree of strength that nothing can shake you from within. And once you endeavor in this process of greatness, right, you will feel extremely proud and fulfilled, because you are becoming a person who the world will look up to, and you will become a person which is of immense value to this world. And let's remember, we live in we all have limited time, we all come with an expiry date. And it's very important for each of us to understand something which is of deep importance, that when you have an intention of leaving a legacy, that when you are not around, how can your work, how can your standards of living influence others? How can you inspire people even when you are not around, right? So we always need to look up to the ways in which we can create such a legacy. Because if you truly want to leave an impact, make your life so meaningful that even when you are not around, people can learn things from you. You can add value to the people even when you are not around. I think that is the sole purpose of life. As this beautifully say, the purpose of life is a life of purpose. Hence, it is extremely important to work outrageously hard on yourself, and in the process, enjoying that development, enjoying that whole process of evolving yourself into a better version. Now, when we try to engage in these new concepts, new ideas, there will obviously be a lot of restriction within us. There will be a lot of discomfort, because you are uninstalling old neurological circuits, right? And as per the University of London, it says that 66 days are needed to completely uninstall a new habit and to install better habits which are productive to your body, mind and soul. So hope this final video of Leading Without a Title Philosophy was of immense value to you. Hope you enjoyed the content of this video, and I would highly urge people to revisit these concepts again and again so that it becomes a part of your DNA, right? As Robin says, let us endeavor to become as staggeringly grounded and as staggeringly let us be able to resonate with this concept of leading without a title. Meet you in the next series of videos where we'll be talking such uplifting, inspiring content which will add value to your day-to-day life. Thank you, and if you really liked and enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, and also please give your valid and very constructive feedback so that I can recalibrate the content of my videos. What did you like in the videos? What were not so good points about the videos? I'm open to candid feedback. I'll highly appreciate if you could do that. Thank you so much for your time on this video. I really appreciate your time and sincerely grateful for this. Thank you, and I meet you in the next video. Bye.